Hello, today I had the chance to ride the Benelli Leoncino Trail 500. This will be a short review, so let's go. So hello from the Czech company called F-Moto. I am here to test the Leoncino Trail 500. It came to the Czech Republic just 1 week ago, and so I have the chance to ride it for first time, and so I'm very honored to to have this chance. 500 Trail is different to the traditional 500 Leoncino. It has 3 centimeters more on the seat height, which means that it's really, maybe on the paper it looks just like just 3 centimeters, but in reality this looks really way higher, like way higher motorcycle and way more mature, especially for people like 185 centimeters plus. I have mine in 193 and it's absolutely okay, very comfortable. I feel absolutely okay on this bike. It also has 4 centimeters plus on the ground clearance. It has longer front and rear suspension, and mainly it has spoked wheels, 19-inch front and 17 in the back, and the wheels are probably the best and the most important argument for anyone who basically likes this design but also wants to ride off-road. The engine didn't change, so we have still 500cc parallel twin, 35 kilowatts and 45 newton meters. It's just the same, but only the fuel map is different to the TRK 502, for example, and the gear ring. I would say that maybe the vibrations are less than on the TRK 502. It's actually not bad with vibrations. I don't feel them much. The sound is also quite okay, I think, for the A2 riding, A2 riding licensed motorcycle. It's not the best sound you can find on the motorcycle, but I'm quite fine with it, and it's really fun to ride it on the road. There are a few things I really like on this bike. First is the design. Basically, it's a beautiful motorcycle. For the price tag, it is about maybe 2,000 euros in Europe. It's definitely very interesting offer. I have LED. I like LED light and LED blinkers. Very nice. The gearbox, sometimes it's the weak point of the Italian motorcycles, but here it's definitely like more, way above the average. And there's no false neutrals, or finding the neutral is actually very simple. So this is another interesting thing. The exhaust, I like the design and the sound, I told you. Foot packs, nice. Yeah, there is one very important thing, and the brakes. Brakes changed when you compare it with the traditional Leoncino, where you have the radially mounted, very nice by design and also by function. But here we see sort of a interesting, or maybe a little bit strange, axially mounted 2-piston calipers. I don't really like the holders by design, and it brakes a little bit not that good as the Leoncino 500, but it's not such a weak point, but it's very important for me to mention it. I think that's it for now. So I now will go on the road to show you how this bike feels. It's just a short test, but I think I really enjoyed it. So let's go. Hello everyone, now I'm sitting on the Benelli Leoncino 500 Trail with the 19-inch front wheel with spoked wheels and a significantly higher motorcycle and more off-road than the classic Leoncino. First thing first, I see that the display now is inverted, has inverted colors, so the visibility on the sunlight is way better than I remember from the Leoncino. And also the seating position or the comfort point of view, it's just absolutely different. For my 193 centimeters, almost, usual bike is average bike is too small to me. And really when I'm changing from the classic Leoncino to this one, I really feel way better here, like a really more mature motorcycle, significantly. So that's the first thing. It has, like, I think 4 centimeters more on the seat on the ground clearance, and about 3 centimeters more on the seat height. Now it's 815 millimeters, and it really does a big difference. Also, it has a more suspension travel, so it's supposed to be, together with the 19-inch front wheel, way more capable off-road. But it's also a little bit less agile, at least in the changing direction thing. than the 17-inch front wheel, 17-inch front wheel classic Leoncino. So that's sort of a fact. But I have to say, I somehow, despite the theory, still feel more comfortable and better in the corners on this trail version. I don't know why. I mean, it has probably a little bit longer wheelbase, and everything should tell you from the theory that it should be easier, cornering on the classic trail. Classic Leoncino. But I feel better in the corners on this Leoncino. All the thing of changing direction, I mean, riding this bike in the corners. This works for the both version. It's just really special thing. I'm really enjoying it. The combination of sporty suspension, which does a great job, especially the front one, 50 millimeters front fork, is just super rigid and really sporty and gives you a feeling of stability. Now the asphalt is a little bit dirty, sorry for that. And the engine, this is the A2 or LAMC riding motorcycle for young riders, like 35 kilowatts and 45 newton meters of torque. But I have to say, in this category, it's one of the most fun and sportiest, bikes. And I tested this engine in TRK 502. You can see my review, and I wasn't super impressed by the engine because of the vibrations, which I don't feel here that much. Actually, it's not bad at all with vibrations. And also the TRK was 30 kilos more heavy. Also, it has different fuel map and different gearing, and altogether, it was very lazy in comparison to Leoncino. Leoncino feels agile, not only in cornering, but just from the engine. And I weighed 113 kilos, but even with me, it does a really nice performance. Also the sound, this engine has 180-degree firing interval, same as BMW F800 GS or 700 GS, so the sound is really similar to this bike, by the way, and I sort of like the sound. It's similar to four cylinders a little bit, and it's just okay. It works fine to me, and there are a lot of aftermarket exhausts on the market, so it's not a problem to replace it. One of the problems I saw is the rear shock, which even it's set the preload the softest on this version, and you can set it up by wheel here. And for my 100 and about 13 kilos, it really doesn't work the best. And if you ride over the bumps, you feel it, and it's not that comfortable. But it's the payment you pay for the more rigid, suspension and more stability in the corners. I'm really falling in love with this engine, and together, the engine, suspension, the design, which is great. You have LED lights, LED, changing lights like the blinkers, and a lot of interesting, design details. It's just a beautiful scrambler for not really much money, and I'm thinking about this more and more, and it's just really difficultly, it's just quite difficult to find a competition really for this bike. You can get Honda CB500, of course, it could be more reliable, but at the same time, this is just way more stylish, right? And it's way more fun to ride it, and maybe it's even faster. It can do 140 on the fourth gear, and I think this is not bad at all. Really enjoy this bike. I don't understand. For this, I think 6,000 euros. It depends on the market, and the trail version is about 200 euros more. But you get a stylish Scrambler which doesn't have much weaknesses. Maybe that the rear shock could be a little bit softer or a little bit more comfortable. It should allows a little bit more comfortable ride. Maybe the rear light is not really visible on the daylight. Oh, this is the 7 Class BMW. Let's go. But overall, it's a stylish motorcycle. I don't see much weaknesses, and even the suspension travel and the wheels should allow you to do some interesting off-road, not really something serious, not like high jumps or anything, but I think it will allow some nice little back road or anything, so no problem at all. I really like it. So I hope I will have the chance to test it properly and have it like a couple of weeks or week and do it like 1,000 kilometers and tell you more. But so far I could recommend the bike, and at least it should grab your attention. So thank you very much for watching, and see you soon on the next JF review. Goodbye.